So many times people come up to me and they'll be like, Amy, why do you volunteer for Bethel Park TV? What do you get out of it? It's volunteer work. And I have so much that I get out of it. I get a lot out of it. Respect. Just being a part of Bethel Park TV, members of the community kind of give me a little smile or a nod like, all right, you're with Bethel Park TV, or you're doing a good job. Respect is a huge aspect. I get a feeling of accomplishment. After you're done doing a segment or doing a piece, the feeling of accomplishment that you get inside, knowing that you did a really good job and you put out a product that you can really be proud of. And it's like that's your baby. And you made that piece, you made it happen. You get to express your sense of creativeness. With Bethel Park TV, the sky's the limit, really. You can do a piece on anything that you want to do. It can be in-house or it can be on location. You can talk about what makes you special, what makes you unique, what you have to offer. Everybody has a uniqueness about them. Everybody is different. Everybody has something different to bring to the table. What do you have to bring to the table that you can share with others in your community, that you can pass on? I think about grandparents who, as they get older and they tell you stories about all the way things used to be, or their stories of the war. A lot of times those stories die along with them. Put forth your story, tell your tale to Bethel Park TV, and those stories will live on forever. You're never done growing. You're never done growing and you're never done learning with Bethel Park TV. I think there has never been a shoot that I've gone on where I don't learn something from the people that I'm interviewing. Or if I'm doing a commentary piece or I'm doing a segment on something new, I research it beforehand and I learn about what it is that I'm going to talk about. Every time I go out in the community to do a shoot, I meet people. And you can literally see the expression on my face when they tell me something that maybe I never knew before. And I just look at them and I go, wow, that's awesome. Or wow, that's amazing. Or you can actually read my lips where I say, I did not know that. You know, I'm very translucent on camera. You know, you can read it right on my face when I'm surprised because I'm always learning. And you can always learn something by working and volunteering with Bethel Park TV. Bethel Park TV opens doors for you, literally and figuratively. I'll call up a local business or talk to someone, and just by mentioning Bethel Park TV, they welcome me in with open arms. They say, please come in and interview me and let me tell my story. Come look around and see what I have to offer the community. People are very, very receptive to Bethel Park TV. I think you get a lot of respect and a lot of doors are open to you by volunteering with Bethel Park TV. Bethel Park TV to me is like the sitcom Cheers, where everybody knows your name. At Bethel Park TV, you walk into the station and everybody is so friendly and so receptive and so nurturing and giving of their time and their energy. Everybody's so helpful here at Bethel Park TV. It's like that cozy little corner in your community that it just feels really good when you walk in the door. Bethel Park TV is my Cheers. Who knew that I would meet as many friends and make as many relationships through Bethel Park TV that I did? Honestly, when I first took on the gig of doing a segment for Bethel Park TV, I thought it was going to be me alone in my room reading from a script. But instead, I have met so many wonderful individuals and formed so many lifelong friendships and bonds. Who would have known that one of my very best friends would turn out to be a 73-year-old young lady? And for that, I am very grateful to Bethel Park TV. Bethel Park TV gives you a freedom of speech. What makes America great? Freedom of speech. What makes Bethel Park TV great? The ability to have the freedom to talk about whatever you want. What makes Bethel Park TV great? The sense of community. The fact that you can voice your own feelings to the community and have them be heard. Bethel Park TV is my megaphone. Let it be your megaphone to shout from the rooftops what it is that you're thinking or you're feeling. Let Bethel Park TV speak for you. Bethel Park TV gives back to the community. They give back to the businesses, the small businesses that need help right now. And ultimately, if you think about it through the power of the internet and the power of YouTube, Bethel Park TV gives back to the world. You know that feeling of when you're waiting in line to go on a roller coaster? That feeling of excitement inside of you? That anticipation, that exhilaration, that rush, if you will? That's the feeling I get every time right before I do a segment for Bethel Park TV, that rush. Wouldn't you like to feel that rush? A feeling of excitement, of not knowing if the roller coaster is going to go up or down, or how fast or slow it's going to go. How scared you're going to be. Sure, you're scared to go on a roller coaster. Sure, you're scared to try anything new. But how do you know you like it unless you try it? Bethel Park TV is my roller coaster, and I love the ride. Maybe you're watching Bethel Park TV, and you're thinking, why should I volunteer for Bethel Park TV? What do I have to offer? Well, to that I say you have a lot to offer. Let's think about the artists out there in our community who have the ability to create a work of art and to show you how to create that art. Let's think about all the gardeners out there who plant fruits or vegetables, who plant flowers or ferns or a tree, who can show the community the proper way to do that. Let's think about the bakers who make cupcakes and goodies. Now, if you're one of those people, if you're the baker, if you're the artist, if you're the gardener, you know that feeling you get after you're done creating that work of art and it's all done? Or baking the cake and you have it all frosted and it looks and tastes so delicious? Or the garden when all the flowers are perfectly bloomed right before the deer eat them? That's the feeling you get after you do a segment for Bethel Park TV. That's the feeling I'm talking about. The feeling of reward. The feeling that gives you a fullness in your heart. That you're able to share with people, that you're able to give back. Wouldn't you love to share some of your talents, some of your wisdom, some of your quirkiness with the community? Come on out to Bethel Park. We're here, and we're welcoming you with open arms. Come on out and share with us. I remember when Dave Cable came up to me and asked me if I wanted to have my own segment on Bethel Park TV. I had just done a New Year's resolution that year, and that New Year's resolution was, every day do something that scares or terrifies you. Well, being in front of a camera certainly is something that would scare or terrify anyone. Every day, I vowed to do that, and every day I followed through with my resolution. I cannot tell you how rewarding that year was, more rewarding than any other. And a lot of that is attributed to the work that I did with Bethel Park TV. Do something that scares you. Do something that frightens you. Do something out of the box. Do Bethel Park TV. Bethel Park TV has given me the courage, has given me a newfound sense of who I am, with the ability to speak out, with the ability to make my voice heard and those around me. I had one segment, Commit to be Fit, a fitness show, a fluff piece, if you will. And I remember saying to Dave Cable, I want to do something with a little more substance, something with a little bite, something that can make a difference. I want to do a segment that has an impact. Within 5 minutes, Dave Cable had come up with another segment for me. I titled it Healthy, Fit, and Strong. And it's a segment that I take a lot of pride in. It's a segment that I hope that after you watch, you think, wow, I didn't know that. That's really interesting. Why not have your own segment through Bethel Park TV? You can have your own fluff piece like me, or you can have something that makes a difference, something that makes a statement. It's totally up to you. Have fun with it. Use your imagination. The possibilities here at Bethel Park TV are endless. Reach for the stars. The sky's the limit with Bethel Park TV. So come on, Bethel Park TV, and see where the heights can take you. Reach for your own stars with Bethel Park TV. Let's talk about Dave Cable for a moment. The mastermind behind what is Bethel Park TV. He is the unsung hero behind the camera, behind the lens, behind the doors. Sure, we're in front of the camera, but let's talk about the work that Dave Cable has done. He isn't necessarily recognized or appreciated, but we here at Bethel Park TV, we appreciate him. We appreciate the attention to detail that he gives us. We appreciate the love that he puts into every single one of our segments. We appreciate the dignity that he gives each one of our pieces. And with that, from the bottom of our heart, thank you, Dave Cable, for all that you do. We appreciate you and we love you, Dave Cable. Dave always makes you feel like you're doing a great job. Even if you have doubts about yourself, Dave gives you the confidence. Dave builds you up. And Dave gives you worth. And in today's society, can we use a little bit more of that? A feeling of self-esteem, a feeling of pride, and a feeling of worth. Dave Cable and Bethel Park TV gave that to me, and they can give that to you too. Just give them a try. My son Zachary also does volunteer work through Bethel Park TV. He started a couple years ago when he was fairly young. He has a lot of fun. He does a segment, Chuck E. Cheese Clubhouse. He does it with his friends, and they talk about movies and videos, pop culture, that kind of thing. But I'll tell you what, the kids at school, they all kind of acknowledge the work that he does. They all kind of, in the hallways, give him a little nod. They understand and they respect the work that he does for Bethel Park TV. Bethel Park TV takes anyone. They take children, kids, teenagers, adults, stay-at-home moms. They take anyone and everyone here at Bethel Park TV. I can't tell you how much my son has grown and learned here at Bethel Park TV. He's gained a sense of worth, a sense of responsibility, a sense of commitment, following through. He has learned life skills that he will be able to use even after his days at Bethel Park TV. My teenage son will have skills that perhaps will take him on his journey after high school, perhaps after college. Dave Cable has given his patience, his time, and his love to my son in words I cannot even express. There are not enough thank yous in the world for me to give to Dave Cable for helping my son through Bethel Park TV. Do you have a child that perhaps could use Bethel Park TV as a springboard for something else? As a sounding board for their own voice? So many times teenagers or children are muffled in their own little world, feeling alone. Bethel Park TV can give them this voice. They can give them the opportunity to have their voices heard, to maybe be able to communicate, if only through a lens, but to be able to give that message to others. My son's show maybe has 50 views, maybe 100 views, it doesn't matter. The sense of worth that he gets from his simple little Bethel Park TV show. The bonding that he has with his friends from doing the show together, and the respect that he gets from his peers at school and throughout the community. I work for Bethel Park TV, he says. I volunteer. I'm a volunteer for Bethel Park TV. The pride he has when he says that. Your child can have the same pride as my son. Tell them to come on up. The doors are always open. You can call, text, or email Mr. Dave Cable. Tell him your child, tell him your spouse, tell him yourself is interested in doing volunteer work here at Bethel Park TV. The opportunities are endless. Come on down to Bethel Park TV. My son and I have a wonderful relationship. But as the years go on and he gets older and older, there's more and more interference in our relationship. There's friends wanting his time. There's girls wanting to communicate. There's school requirements, and there's unlimited activities out there begging for his time. I find that of that piece of the pie, I get a smaller and smaller slice of it each year. My son also does the behind-the-camera work for Bethel Park TV. I do the front-of-the-camera work for Bethel Park TV. When we go on location, or even in our own backyard to shoot, that is more pieces of the pie than I could possibly ask for. That time with my son is immeasurable. That time with my son, be it behind the camera and in front of the camera, still builds our bond and fuels our relationship as a mom and a son as he helps me on my journey. Teenagers are so busy. When we go on shoots together, he makes the time. He carves it out of his schedule to make sure that he's there for me, his mom, to be the one behind the camera to shoot on location. And after we're done shooting on location, he's learned from it. He's met people that ordinarily he would never cross paths with. He has learned things outside the book, outside of a classroom. He's learned things in the real world from people speaking their truth. That Bethel Park TV has given my son is better than any education could ever provide him. And for that, I say thank you, Dave Cable. And I say thank you, Bethel Park. Now, have you given up enough excuses on why you should not volunteer for Bethel Park? I think I've given you a million reasons why you should. So come on down today and volunteer. Have fun with all of us here at Bethel Park TV. And thank you for your time.